So the blind is back up and ready to go for when I get back. Hopefully these windstorms don't blow it away. Have you seen any turkeys? Strutters? Hens? No? So my main focus in 2022 turkey season was to complete my Grand Slam, which I did in Kansas. I did put my blind out before I left because I knew I wanted to hunt the day I got back, and I didn't know what time I would get back. I didn't know if I'd have time to put the blind out. We traveled all night, and I tried my best to get back, just going to hunt straight through that morning. But I was a little late getting in. Didn't really see anything this first day but a hen. And after I left that evening, saw another turkey, and I was so between two places to hunt that next day, so I just couldn't really make my mind. It's April 21st. It's like, I think, 8:37. Nothing is seeming to go right this morning. Tried to get back last night from Kansas. Kind of got lost on some back roads. It's starting to rain. Spooked 4 hens off. They flew up. Got in here late. So it's 11:10. I've debated on leaving several times. But, you know, sometimes patience may pay off. Here's a hen. Right there she is. Somebody's gonna say it's tied. Maybe there's a gobbler behind her. Maybe she wandered off, you never know. So, the property owner here has been seeing some turkey strut in between these old power lines here a few days. But I went to the top of the hill here and looked back, and the next field over looked like it was a gobbler walking through the field. So I snuck over here and put a blind out back in here. I don't know if you can see it, and I may try this spot tomorrow. I'm gonna wait and see what they do. And there is a tick on me. So, all right. Day 2, I saw more action. There's a Jake coming, a borderline shooter. He had a pretty good beard on him for a Jake, you know. Later on that evening, 2 Jakes show up. And these 2 Jakes just stayed around forever. I mean, they just wouldn't leave. But they roosted right in front of my blind. Those birds gobbled over there from the truck. It sounded like they were close. I got over there and couldn't hear nothing. Come back here and saw a turkey in front of the blind. I'm not sure what it was. I'm pretty sure it was a hen because I saw a hen in the field. Nothing. Turkeys are quiet today, super quiet. When they flew off the roost, they just shut up. Just had a turkey gobble pretty close. I called a while ago and he snuck in and he gobbled. He's not real far. That was fun. Borderline Jake come in right then. He probably had a 6-inch, 7-inch beard maybe. He come right into the decoys. And there's a gobbler gobbling off in the distance. And your little hen talking to me right now. It's like 8:20. Gobblers are gobbling over the hill. He just gobbled again. And it's hard to shoot a real nice Jake when you got gobblers gobbling off to your right. And he was gobbling the whole time that Jake was standing there. Now, there's a hen in the field. Hopefully, he's right behind his hen and he works up here because she's coming this way. turkeys are on fire this morning. This hen's still about 60 yards in front of me. And there's another hen. That may be her, I'm not sure, but you can hear it in the background calling. One turkeys was gobbling real good. Just kind of off at a distance. I won't say real good, but they was gobbling quite a bit. So I'm just going to try to sit for as long as I can. Maybe go do a few errands, go to the post office, go out to eat, and come back this evening. See what happens. The morning ain't over yet. Turkeys had quit. I walked down the woods and can't locate anything. Go out, meet Becky out maybe for lunch if she wants to, get about to eat, and come back this evening because there was some birds in here when I first got in here and they're roosting close in this area, so maybe cut them off coming back to the roost tonight. I'm going to sit back down for a little while, for maybe till 12, 1 o'clock, and then try to go eat, so see y'all. Any of y'all seen any gobblers? Have you seen any turkeys go by this field today? No. Deer's in the creek. Way off in the field, and I'm going in backwards to the blind because I'm staying down to try to sneak back to the blind because there's a gobbler. I know it's one gobbler or Jake. I think it's a gobbler and 3 hens off in the big fields. I had to kind of get over in this, use the terrain to, I could try to go to him, but there ain't no way. But I'm gonna try to sneak back to the blind without getting spotted, so wish me luck. So I'm able to get in here without getting spotted. Use the terrain, waspers. Waited a little bit till I called in case they see me so it didn't kind of spook them. Now I can see 2 turkeys and they're running. What are they running for? Running, they're fighting. They're working out. This field curves back. And a lot of times turkeys will come up out of the straw. They'll come around this curve and work up out. There's a big wash here, and they'll work up this wash. But it's hot. It's like 80 something degrees, which is hot in the blind. It's 5:27. There's a hen right here. She's about 12 yards from the blind. She's looking on me. Jakes. These two jakes is wanting to die. They got a death wish. They've left. They've come back. They left. They come back. Hey. Go get him. Hey, Jake. Just come back up here, Jake. I ain't got no turkey nuggets. I give mine away, so you better be careful. Where is your daddy? Don't you do it. Don't you come in the strut. Go in the strut. Do it. Why not? Oh, look at this. Getting my stuff packed up and look up in the field and here's turkeys again. It's in two jakes and a hen. These suckers is still here, ain't flew up. And they're probably gonna roost right there. Got stuck having to wait till dark to get my decoys because them jakes flew up right at the edge of the field in a tree. I mean, I watched them right in front of me fly up in a tree and they're looking right at the field. Well, I think I'm gonna leave them and try to sneak out here. So day 3, I come back and I know those two jakes are there and I watch them fly down. They fly down, they stay around a while. And then up in the day, just out of nowhere, this huge gobbler just comes in about 80 to 100 yards out. He's too far out of my range and just walks by the blind. He went down to the edge of the field and I was wondering why he went down to these hay bales, but when he did, I saw why. Well, here it is. I think it's April 23rd. I'm not even sure. Lack of sleep will get you during turkey season. The group of turkeys that stayed in there yesterday evening, the hens and the jakes, all roosted right at the edge of the field. I could sit in the blind and look through the binocular and see the tree they were roosted in, see them roosted, actually watch one fly up and pitch up on a limb. Hopefully there's some gobblers over the hill. I didn't hear anything yesterday on the roost. I didn't hear nothing. I didn't hear anything up till after 9 o'clock or so. I had to leave the decoys out last night because I couldn't sneak in the field and get them without maybe spooking those turkeys off. To sneak in that blind and be set up and be ready when they fly down, and hopefully they'll pull me a gobbler up there. So we'll see. Let's get out to the blind. I was able to get in there without spooking him off the roost, I think. So. I ain't been calling for a while. I need to call and get a turkey to answer me off on the bottom now. Whether or not he'll come up here, it's iffy. Using this slate call. I heard one gobble. I think it was a different turkey. Daryl Hall made for me. Red slate. He's gobbling. He's on, actually. See what he does. He gobbled, but I can't tell where he's at. Maybe 2 different turkeys. Let's just wait it out. So I've sat here and watched these 3 hens for probably 20 minutes or so. And this hen snuck in here just moving along. So we'll see. She's off to my left. I can't get her on camera. One of the hens come up running by herself, and the other 3 come behind her. I guess they run her off, and I think it's the hen that come back to my left and went down to the other three. You think these hens would pick up a gobbler somewhere or go to a gobbler? I don't know, but I've got 4 hens back in the field. One is kind of separate from the other 3. So there's some more turkeys, so let's get out there. Jakes was down there, and they got in a fight, and the 2 Jakes run him off. And then he came back up the field, over to the left, and back up, and behind the blind, and I haven't seen him since, because it goes uphill behind the blind, so you can't see back that way. I don't know where he went. Just be real quiet, because he never gobbled one time coming in. So I'm gonna hang tight and see what this hen does. Maybe he'll come back. I hope so. Jakes is back with 4 hens. That big gobbler comes in and these Jakes run him off. So. But that's turkey hunting for you. Oh, my gobbler. Day 4. I got excited and got fooled. I heard some gobbling and it was close. And I thought, well, it's a gobbler. Because this gobble was deep, just like a mature gobbler. Until I realized it's the Jakes with just this big gobble. I mean, it sounded just like a mature turkey. It fooled me. How I finally realized was I pulled up binoculars and looked at the turkey and called to make him gobble. And then I saw his mouth move. That's the way I knowed it was. At that point, I knowed it was a Jake and not another gobbler, because that field's hard to realize where sound's coming from. I'm just let it get real good in daylight and did a few calls and did one fly down and I heard a hen. But man, I am not hearing any gobbles this morning. One gobbled a couple times and that was it. Dogs barking. So there's a hen just flew down in this valley over here, holler, whatever you want to call it. Just gonna sit tight and see what happens. There's another this morning. I've got a gobbler, but I can't tell if he's in this draw or if he's doing this holler, if he's gonna come over these close. I think he's right at the edge of the field, actually. What I'm scared of is this gobbler's gonna get run off by the two jakes. Two jakes is about to fight. I ain't sure what that gobbler didn't go to do while he's in. Two jakes is fighting. And I've never heard jakes gobble that deep. It sounds like a big turkey, like a bone turkey. Let's see if I can gobble. Yeah, they're gobbling. Jakes. So I came back on day 5 and thinking the same thing's going to happen. These two jakes are going to come in. Well, here comes a hen. Well, a few minutes later, here comes another hen, and you can hear hens with this gobbler gobbling. So I'm like, is it the jake? Is it a gobbler? What is it? Finally realized this is a gobbler following these two hens. This gobbler comes up. These two hens come up to my right, a little bit out of shooting range. And he came in too. And he hangs up here for literally an hour. I don't call to this turkey because I had decoys out and I was afraid I would spook him if I called a lot. I know this is going to play out to what these hens do because he's going to follow whichever way these hens do. If they cross in front of me, I got a chance. If they go over to the other side in the big field, it's over. It's cold this morning. Well, not real cold. She's yapping. She's going on still. But it's about 10 till 7. It's cold, or cooler than what it has been, about 50 degrees. You know, some of the mornings you get discouraged because they're not gobbling, but that don't mean nothing because I killed a turkey here one morning. And when I killed here, they didn't gobble. I don't even think much, if any, at all. So just don't get discouraged and hang in there. I'm going to get off her and call to this hen and see what she does. One of them jakes gobbling, but something's down there. I thought that hen shut up and saw a hen in the field, but there's another hen off under the hill yelping and a gobbler gobbling. Well, a male turkey. Nothing. Just wait it out and see. Maybe something will work up through here. And she's acting like she's seeing something. I can't see under this draw. I seen another hen down the way. This one, she's acting like she's seeing something. Maybe it's another hen coming. We just had hen number 2 show up to the party. No gobs yet. 2 hens. Just wait it out. So I've got a gobbler somewhere close. I don't know if he's her down, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. My boat ever further in him out, but oh well. That was fun. That was intense. I watched him strut for probably an hour, just outside the range. I know that it's all gonna depend on what them hens done, and them hens worked right up through by the decoys, and he come straight to that hen decoy. Pretty decent bird. He got a pretty good rope on him. I don't know, 10 inches, 11, maybe, I don't know. Decent spurs, about an inch, maybe. One of them's got a little nick on it though. There. Thank you, old buddy. This ain't just about killing them, it's about loving what you do. Wish I could hunt you tomorrow. Thank you. Respect. Thank you. Thank you, Lord. So what's bad is I'm sitting here enjoying a cup of coffee. Enjoying the moment. And there's turkey gobbling off to my left. Gobbling every breath, just about it. Today's a good day to be hunting, guys.